Jessica Nova, and I am so excited today. We are going to be doing a Harley Quinn makeup tutorial. Specifically, we're going to be looking at the way that I prefer to do my makeup when I do the animated series Harley Quinn, so her original iteration from back in the 90s. And I'm excited. This was this the first version? No, this wasn't the first version of Harley Quinn that I cosplayed. It was the one that, for a brief moment in time, I was known, at least in our pockets of cosplay. So, you know, within my friends and the friends of my friends, I was known as the Florida Harley Quinn. I went to conventions as a guest, and this would have been 2006, 2007 through about 2011 or 12. So yeah, for that brief moment in time, I was kind of widely popular in that convention circuit as the animated series Harley Quinn. I was one of maybe 6 fairly prominent people on the internet at the time before cosplay got super accessible, and even just bought costumes were really well done, and then everybody could be an awesome version of Harley Quinn. But we're going to talk about my preferred methods, some of the tricks that I have picked up, and kind of walk through all the things from the first time I did it to the last time I did it, and how I've grown as a makeup artist, and how I think Harley Quinn has grown as a character. And I know the fandom has grown, and it's a great bunch of people, so I hope that this adds to your cosplay experience. And let's get started, okay? Step 1 is I'm going to go clean my face entirely. I'm not going to get back on camera after it's totally clean. I'm going to clean my face entirely, get all this makeup off, make sure that I have my eyes all wiped, try and get totally fresh face, go ahead and put on some of my skincare products so that I have a really hydrated, good looking initial step. And then I'm going to slap on primer, and then I am going to do the first few steps, and then I'll be back and we'll talk about it. So the next time you see me, I will be in at least a base layer of the white face paint, and we're going to talk about the products I use. If you've seen some of my other tutorials, you know I try to use in my current life only vegan products, that vegan friendly, no animal testing, things like that. Some of the products we're going to talk about today are older products, and they may kind of fall out of that because, like I said, they're older. I've had them for some time, and I don't want to not name the products that I use specifically because I do want you to learn as much as you want to take away from this technique that I'm going to show you. But again, ethically, if I were to redo it, there might be products I change. But for now, we're going to try and our way out of that, do the best that we can, and let's show you a great way that you can add to your Harley Quinn face. All right, let's get started. Okay, so here we are. Step 1. What did we do? We didn't do a whole lot. So I did a primer. This I'm not going to name because the one I'm using, again, is older. And like I said, some products I am going to name no matter where they fall on the spectrum as far as vegan. But if it's something that I think any stand-in will do, I will not name it because I have not gotten to see if some of these older brands or things that were sent to me to try are as ethically sourced as I would like. So I do not want to name those. So any primer that works best for your skin. I like to use more of a silicone base. In the past, I used to exclusively use Smashbox. Their photo primer. It's clear. It's kind of a gelatinous vibe. It's great on your skin. Kind of creates like a nice hydrated barrier. And then I use, let me check. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Correct. LA Girl is the Pro Coverage Foundation. Now, this was not what I originally used. What I used to originally use was strictly Clown Paint by Ben Nye. I like the Clown White. But over the years, I have decided that my skin does not love grease paint. And so to avoid breaking out every time I did Harley, I tried a bunch of different all-white foundations, tested them for coverage. None of the ones that I have used are just absolutely amazing full coverage. This is about the best one because it takes contour powder really well. I do go over it in certain spots with like a Clown White or sometimes a very pigmented white eyeshadow if I really want to have hard contour and a little bit more of a pro clown airbrush look. But if I want something that's kind of a mix of this character did this at home, going out, you know, they're not using extreme products, you know, they're going to CVS and picking up foundation, you know, they're not trying to buy really expensive makeup, in my opinion. That's not what Harley would do. So you kind of decide if you want more of a realistic approach to it, or if you want something that is more true to what kind of was shown in the original animated series, because she does go get that original costume from a costume shop. So if you want to create that iconic in its full way, Midnight Clown White would be the way to go. My skin doesn't like it, so we go with an LA Girl foundation, a good primer, and then we touch it up to get a more sealed look. So the other thing that I did is I took a neutral, I went a little bit darker, so kind of closer to what my brow color would be. But I would take somewhere in a 3 shades darker than your brow color that you would use. So like whatever you would highlight your brow bone, go a few shades darker than that. And then whatever, I wouldn't go, you know, if you have, yeah, you get it. You want something a little bit darker than whatever your skin tone is so that it adds a little hollowness to your eyes. Adding that here, I went and did just a slight bit so we can start carving out some cheekbones. We're going to go in with a purple and gray to do more of that. Went a little here, under my jaw, up here, and then mostly in the eyes, because when I go in and put color, I don't want to have it sitting on white foundation. I want it to sit on, get a good buttery eyeshadow. I want it to sit on something with a little bit of that soft texture so that other color goes on it. It really packs in well. There's a lot of color payoff, because with such a stark base for this Harley, if you decide to do color in the eyes like I do, you'll see I use a full array of colors so that when I have a mask on, there's a lot going on, especially in photos. And having that base just makes that pack in better and gives you more color payoff. So let me show you that. We'll get in with a little bit deeper contour, but we'll really focus on the eyes this time and talk about that in a minute, okay? Okay, we're back with a little bit more eye makeup. We started a little bit of contouring, just a little bit more. Mostly I dusted the end of my nose because I want it to have kind of like I want to accentuate my little kind of nose bulb anyway and make it just a little round, because I like Harley to have very big features. You know, I like a big mouth. I want the eyes to seem really big. Normally what I would do, and I just forgot, I would do very light contacts. They make really cool mesh ones now where either the pupil is mesh or you can do like a full screen mesh in the blue with like a dark outline around it that looks really similar to the way that the animated series would be done. I never had a pair of those. I haven't done those in costume yet, but I've seen a lot of great Harley cosplayers use them. I think they're great. I own a pair. I just have never worn them. Actually, I wore them for a Pearl cosplay to get the same kind of effect of just like a total solid color, but with a little dimension to it. You can also use... oh God, I know this brand. I'll find it later. I think it's Color Effects or Color Studios, and it's an actual more realistic looking eye. It's not big like some of the circle lenses, and they make very vibrant colors. I use the Aqua when I do Harley though. Color Max, that's the name of the brand. I like their Aqua because it's just brighter on camera than the blue, but still has a little more of a realistic feel to it. So if you want something that feels that way, that's what I would use. But if you want something a little more animated series, a little more cartoony, check out some of the mesh options that they make now. They even make UV ones, which are pretty rad. On my eyes, I've started kind of blending out my eyeshadow. So we'll go back in with liner. We're going to go back in with the blending brush, but I wanted to just take a second to show you some of the colors. Everything on my eye is by Apocalyptic Beauty, which is a vegan brand. I really enjoy the color. I like the color payoff. And they have some really great pearlized glitter ones that I used on this. So hopefully you can see them. You can't see them too well. But I used their bone polish, it's bone. their highlighter for my brow. I use several colors. They'll be listed below in my eyes. And what I like to do every time I do Harley is just a little something different in terms of the eyes. I like to stick to purples, but sometimes I might do a little blue liner in there. I might do a little blue on the lid. You want something that's bold, that has a lot of color. I like to play to whatever my natural color is, or if I'm wearing contacts, colors that will kind of make your eyes pop. Anything that's very large. So you'll go and do large shapes. You know, my brow contour here, my highlight is on my brow, because you're not going to be doing brows when you put your mask on. Your mask, depending on how it goes, will probably cover your brow. So having that highlighter in there bold, make sure it doesn't get lost. Again, with the big shapes, it's fine if you go all the way out here, because you're going to have mask. So it would be nice to have crisp, clean shapes that you want, the color payoff, the way that you want your eye to look. There's not really a wrong way to do it. When I do Harley, I like to stick to purples, but if you want to try something different, try it. There's not really a wrong way, I think. I've said that, to go about doing it. The whole idea is that it's yours, right? So we've got purples. We did do a little pearlized green in here, and then I went back through it with another purple that's just got a little more pop to it, that's bright, and then we have the black. We're going to go through, shade it all, probably add a little more finishing color, do some liner, and we'll take a look at it then, okay? And here we are. You can see my bangs being extra goofy, but this is the finished look doing this style. I did a little something different, so this is not quite the way that I would normally do it. I did a liquid liner around my lips, and I did my lips bigger than I would normally do, because I've been trying to play with designs and things, and I didn't quite love today's. So you are getting one that's not my favorite. Normally what I would do is take the black, go down just to the lips, do a smaller smile, and then do this just a little more fine. The black would be at the very tips, and it would be more of a red lip. I also usually use a lipstick and a pencil eyeliner or a cream gel eyeliner because to do the black, because I like the way it blends a little better. This creates more of a solid line both ways, which is not my preferred favorite. I like something that's a little more of an ombre. This is the way to do it, to do this look. But the great thing is that you look like you have a very big mouth, and gee, you can just be a little bit horrifying. Oh, my lipstick cracked. This was also not my favorite brand, so that's why I didn't name it. But yeah, you can do anything you want as far as the way that you like to do your lips. You can change it up. Like I said, my preferred favorite is kind of a, like I'll accentuate my bottom lip, do more of a little bow on the top lip and a tiny curl, but you can do this to be just a little more creepy, which has a lot of fun too as well. I'm going to grab one of my old Harley hoods, show you what that looks like with it as well, because it kind of helps show why you might want to do a larger mouth. But with the pigtails and stuff, you don't really need that. You can do more of a tight little lip. So thanks for hanging out. I'm going to show you that, and remember to like and subscribe. I am Jessica Nova. You can follow me on Instagram at @thejessicanova, and from there you can find all my other social media stuff. And check me out on mygeekglory.com. Thanks. Bye. And ta-da! Here it is with one of my cowls. This is one of my old animated series ones, so it's not as nice as some of the others. You can buy ready-made ones that are even nicer than this. You know, this is one I made with, the horns are too big. It doesn't matter. There's a lot of tweaking I would do. Anyway, this is just so you get what the look is with a cowl. And I do have to say that I like the bold lips a lot more with this as opposed to just the pigtails. I think this kind of has a more polished look. And then I think the contrast here is actually really nice with it in the hood itself. So definitely a way you can go. Play with it. Take a lot of pictures. That's one of the biggest things I suggest to cosplayers as they're getting started and you're doing your makeup test. Do a test. If you don't like it, change it. If you do like it, take a lot of photos for reference so that you can go back. One of the biggest mistakes I would do is I would just kind of wing it every single time. And then I would find a con that I really enjoyed the photos of, but I wouldn't use those maybe as reference right away. I eventually started to, so that I would know what I like. I do that with all my looks now. It's like, oh, I love this. I tried something different. I want to make sure that I kind of have an idea so that I go in that way later. But, you know, sometimes you try new products, you get excited about something, and you don't love it as much as the last stuff. But anyway, it's you. It's what you love. And I know I've already said it, but like and subscribe, follow me. I'm the Jessica Nova. I hope you enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun. And let's do some more makeup sometime, okay? Bye.